So it is May 26th. This is a garden video update. These usually end up a little bit longer than I like, so I'm going to try to do it a little bit quicker. So over here, we're still a little bit undone. You can see the garlic along the edge, and then there's a lot of weeds here, but there's also 2 rows of greens and a little radish patch. On this side, we have garlic, radishes. Here's a row of beets, and I replanted some of it. The peas are doing really well. I have about 4 rows of peas, and they're looking lovely. I did put some tomato cages and strung some rope among them to give them something to climb on. I couldn't tell for sure from the package if these needed some fencing, so I went ahead and put something up. The tomatoes are doing great. And sometime this weekend, even though it's going to be like 95 or 96, I need to get them tied up onto the cages a bit. So that's one of the projects for the weekend. This is a dinosaur kale. Usually I plant the curly kale, so I just thought I would try something different. I think this row is more radishes. I can't remember. Radishes. A couple rows of onions that are doing great. Over here we have some beans. These are purple potted beans, and these are yellow beans. My mom grows a lot of green beans, so I don't do the same thing as she does. These tomatoes are some different types of cherry tomatoes, 3 or 4 different kinds. Black cherry and Italian cherry. They get ready a little bit sooner, so I like to have a lot of those, plus they're pretty in a bowl. This is another row of beets that I planted a little bit later, and I replanted some of them because they didn't come up. These are, let me get out of the shadow. These are a couple of hills of cucumber, and on the end are what's called asparagus beans or yard-long beans. They're pretty. I did put a tomato cage around them because they do like to climb, and they're not as sweet as regular green beans, but there's a lot of they're good conversation piece. Here's a couple of hills of cucumbers, and then I finished out the row. You can see we're starting some turnips. The rest of these hills there's 6 different kinds of zucchini: the yellow zucchini and the Italian ribbed zucchini. I'm finishing up a row of turnips there. Those will get done and out of there pretty quick. And then I put, I can't remember, beets here, I think. We'll see when they come up. Here is a row of lettuces that are starting to come up. I did replant some of that. More radishes. This is a row of beans. Some half are cranberry beans. This end are cranberry beans, and that end are yin and yang beans, or black and white beans they're called sometime. But these are beans that dry in the pot, and then you use them for soups and stews. These are more cucumbers and a row of beets. Here are kohlrabi, and then lots of onions. And then towards the back here on this side are peppers, sweet and hot. And you can see I've gotten a lot of the straw down, but there's still a lot to do. And then back onto this side after the beans, there's some Italian cherry tomatoes. That's just a little onion patch I started inside. And then I have this area here that I still haven't quite decided what to do with. So this is the garden on May 26th, 2018. Lastly, about a month before I planted the garden, I did this little window frame as kind of a cold frame. And what I'm noticing, if we come in here and look, I can actually today harvest some onions. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Look at how beautiful that is. These are French breakfast. You can see it's about 2 inches long and nice and fat. And there's some lettuce over here and a little, oh, something just flew at me, sorry. Some dill. So we're gonna have a great salad today, fresh from the garden. All right, well, this makes my day. Hope you all have a great one. Happy holiday weekend. Bye.